Hey guys, welcome to this YouTube channel. I'm Precious Obluki. I want to talk about the power of vision. Vision, you see, is very powerful. For example, vision dictates where nation goes. If nation is growing, if a country is growing, it's because the leaders their vision is very broad. They have a vision for the nation, not really the resources. Of course, resources is good, but without a vision, resources will be useless. Because without vision, the resources will not have direction. You will not have proper direction. You will just be misplacing needs. But if there is a vision, even without resources, the nation can grow. For example, now Nigeria is one of the examples of such people. Nigeria today, we have resources, we have massive resources, mineral resources, crude oil, but it seems as if we are not moving forward. Why? Because we are visionless. Our leaders are visionless. They are visionless. They don't have the right direction of the future. They can't see the future. And remember, you cannot get someone to somewhere you have not gone to before. So you must be able to go to your future as a leader. You must go to your future. Of course, I'm not saying even though you are 80-something, 70-something years and you are a leader, of course there is nothing bad. Even if you are 70-something, 80-something years, you can still have a vision for your life. There is a man in the Bible that's called Abraham. At 70-something, before God called him, he fulfilled the destiny at old age. So that does not necessarily mean that as a old man you cannot have vision. You can have vision because there is something within you that the world need to see, that you need to serve your nation, that you need to develop, you need to work on. Developed nation today, God does not create a theory nation. First world, second world, third world, developing. No, God created only one world. Why the human being categorize them? It's because of their mindset, their action. It's their action it's our action in this Nigeria that is taking us to third world nation. It doesn't necessarily mean that we are third world nation. We are first world nation. Of course, we have resources, but the resources seems as if the resources is not doing anything in our life, in the economy, in the infrastructure. But because we have no vision, we need to have vision in this nation. That's the number one thing we need. We need to have vision. We need a leader. We need the leaders that will be able to see the future for us, that will inspire us, that will be patriotic leadership, that will inspire the citizens to handle their obligations, to fulfill their purpose. Because there is a guy that quotes the quote says like they say, everything begins and ends with leadership. So our leaders must be able to develop their vision and take us to where they are going, because it seems as if they are not going anywhere, because their action is dictating who they really are. That's why I always say that if you want to know who someone really is, just check what he's doing alone, what is his action, his behavior, because people project their life in their action, in their idea, in their behavior. People project themselves in their behavior, in their word. So we must have a leader. For example, look at Nelson Mandela, visionary man that unites South African people. So in East Africa, we need visionary leaders that can utilize our resources effectively, not the world that will squander our resources. Nigeria today, we don't need much resources. For example, today, if they discover gold mine in this nation today, in this Nigeria, we will still remain in the same place. If they discover diamond mine in this Nigeria, we will still remain in the same place. Because we are visionless, we are not seeing the future. We are visionless. It's not resources. There are some nations, for example, that does not have resources, but they are still advanced. Why? Because their mindset. Nation can never grow beyond the mental capacity of the citizens, the leadership. Of course not. Nation can never grow beyond it. America today, they are not just The American people, their mind is very broad. They are creative. They are innovative. That's why we need entrepreneurs, because they are the ones that ignite nations. They are the ones that build nations, that create products, make products, innovate. For example, it is not really a politician that really build nation. Of course, it's entrepreneurs, it's the businessmen, because they are the ones that produce, that maximize, that utilize our resources efficiently. Then we could be able to export, not import, because importation is derailing our purpose, our vision. It's reducing our exporting level. So we must be able to export. As we export so that our naira could be valuable in the marketplace. For example, today there was a book I read, I think yesterday. This guy was saying that he said Nigeria, he said if you want to travel to Nigeria, great book of business book. He said if you want to travel across the globe, he said don't travel to Africa. I was like, wow. Or Nigeria, was like, oh, ah. So they have labeled Nigeria as some country that is. Secondly, in the same book, I also discovered something inside that says, say, don't receive email from fraudster in Nigeria. So they have labeled us that we are fraudster. You see, our American or Western people are seeing us. They are seeing us as useless people, but that's not how God made us. We are great people. So we must be able to maximize our opportunity. We must solve problem in this our economy. We must solve problem in this nation. Not just acquire it. For example, politicians today are talking about empowerment. What is true empowerment? Empowerment is not just about giving people keke, okada, physical things alone. It's about equipping them with the relevant knowledge, the relevant information for them to be able to maximize their opportunity, their potential. That's real empowerment. But today, empowerment is like nothing else. You will give someone keke today, next 2 years, is back to the same level. Why? Because his mindset is backward. So what we need is not really physical, it's not even resources. Let's put our resources aside. What we need now is inspirational leadership, is leader that is aspire to do great things for the nation, not to collect great things from the nation. That's the leaders we need. Visionary leaders that will inspire us, that will inspire generations, that will leave legacy, not just consume, to produce, to serve the nation. To solve the Nigeria problem, we need to utilize our resources. We need to be creative. We need to be innovative to be able to solve the Nigeria problem. Nigeria problem is not in the government's hand. Is in us. Is in we Nigerians. We the youth. The Nigeria youth. Nigeria is in our hand. We have to utilize the resources that we have. We have to be creative. Technology, for example, is igniting and is triggering America's growth. We need technology, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, tech. That's what we need to be thinking about. That's what the government should be igniting, should be instituting in the school system. Not just going to school, get a job. That's slave mentality. We need to solve problems. We need visionary leaders that can solve problems for us, that can solve problems in the nation, in Nigeria. We need visionary leaders. Those people that will steal from Nigeria, we need leaders that is very passionate about the people, not just about himself. So we must have excellence in what we are doing. We must have the vision. We must be conscious of problem solving. We must be solving problem, because money is you receive money in exchange for value, because money is an exchange for value. Without value, you can never gain money. So for Nigeria to gain resources, gain money, we have to maximize, utilize our resources, then export it, then we could be able to get money to utilize again, not just to be importing. And as we are now, we have enough resources in this nation to transform the nation, to change the nation to another level, but we are not seeing what we have. We have a lot of things, but we are not seeing it. We need vision, not really resources. We need vision. Why are the Asian coming today in Nigeria? Why are the Asian coming to Africa and Nigeria today? Why are the Western people coming? Because they are seeing something that you are not seeing. There is something that they are seeing that we are not seeing. And now are we going to see it? We must develop our mind. We must develop ourselves to be able to maximize the opportunity we have in this nation, because Nigeria is filled with opportunity. People are saying Nigeria is bad, economy is going down, but people are still making it. People are still becoming billionaires. People are still rendering service. But in your mind, you think Nigeria is moving. No, Nigeria is not moving backwards. It's progressing gradually. Don't get me wrong, even though the justice system, the electionary system, the political system, they are corrupt, they are honest. Some people, they are corrupt, but they are good people in every institution. So we must be able to maximize our opportunity. We must focus on the citizens, individual, not just the government. The government is not, the federal government alone is not able to do everything. No, it's not possible. We individually have a role to play in this nation. We have a role to play as a patriotic citizen. We have a role to play. So you must play your part. If you are inventing, invent. If you are creating, create. If you are opening a business, open. Before you know it, our economy will grow. Our economy will grow. So we need a visionary leaders to solve our problems, to inspire the youth, to leave legacy, to build legacy that outlast himself. For example, today, Abraham Lincoln, look at what they did to America. Look at founding fathers of America. Look at what they did to America. Descendants today are enjoying what their founding fathers have done, so we need to build legacy for our descendants tomorrow. Not just now. If you cannot see tomorrow, you can never take anybody there. How can you take someone to somewhere you have not gone yourself? That's the question we need to ask our leaders. That's why this election that is coming up on 2027, the first question we need to ask our leaders is, where are you taking us to? What is your vision? What are you doing? What is your daily? What is your habits? If we don't need to ask, their word is, they are projecting themselves in their word. Those that are lying, you will dictate them in their word, in their action, in their behavior. It's only when election time has come before they will not be giving people money, bag of rice, sack of rice, basket of rice, cup of rice for another 4 years. We should be wise. We should be sensitive about who we vote. The first question we should be asking them is, what is your vision? Where are you going? So that you could be able to take us there. So we must be very concise. We must be very precise of what we are doing in this nation. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.